Lord, award our hard work and dedication. Let us be successful in all our endeavors. They ain't even seen what we seen. They ain't been through what we've been through. It's a vibe to it. New breed. Lord bless me with tenacity. Yeah. We elevate defying gravity. Crabs in the bucket getting smashed to pieces. It's a masterpiece of beautiful catastrophe. My etiquette is poetic. You niggas can have the streets. I just want to see my kids reach full potential. And still visit every hood and not show credentials. Bringing truth in my lyrics parallel with scriptures. I'm Hebrew, this the wave, don't gotta keep saying it. My enemies digging plots, then they laying it. I'm praying just like David did, my cannon steady raging. This summer gonna be a scorcher, catch a midnight train to Georgia. Protected in my fortress, watching rappers get extorted. They just trying to build an image while their vision is distorted. This the future, with an old school vibe they ain't used to. Body these acoustics, strangulate the beat so you know a brother ruthless. Final jubilee and taking trips to Lucia, hand over, drinking rum and sangria. Watching Babylon burn, these words of kerosene. They ain't seen what we seen. Life is but a dream, walking down the dark tunnel, we can see the high beams. The result to keeping Torah, disconfigure what they told us, outcasted to the forefront. Oh Lord, they can't ignore us. Keep it sharp, don't let your sword rust or fade away like sawdust. The industry is getting crushed, that's what I call starstruck. Yeah, that's what I call starstruck. These rappers don't even compare. I'm like the wise omen with a 45 on them. All these wicked lies on them, yeah, these chickens out of order. And niggas jump stupid like fishes out the water. These emotional men, there they go ranting again. They enchanted by some coochie that they can't even sniff. A bunch of Adam-ass niggas, let Eve do the talking. When we pull a kamikaze, vultures clean up the carnage. Niggas quote Bible scriptures, but they really agnostic. Y'all some funny guys, haha, Avion Crockett. We just building our nation, trying to survive the inflation. You ain't rocking with that, then you still in the matrix. Yeah, you still in the matrix. The result of keeping Torah, disconfigure what they told us, outcasted to the forefront. Oh Lord, they can't ignore us. Keep it sharp, don't let your sword rust or fade away like sawdust. The industry is getting crushed, that's what I call starstruck. That's what I call starstruck. Now that we got you where we want you.
Yes. What's going on, brothers and sisters? Off the late night. It's good to see y'all. Glad y'all catching another stream. I see Helena Seeley in the house. Andre Cork, what's going on? Thanks for the $10 contribution. Says late night vibes with Brother Breed. You already know. I'm usually outside on Saturday night, but it was time to decompress and build with the good people. I see Young Gene in the building. Terrific Tarsha. Courtney Johnson's in the building. Jared, what's going on? I'm glad to see y'all. Glad to see y'all. You know, I got a very interesting topic, and I also have a source that I would like to go to in this particular broadcast. I want to ask a question to all the viewers out there. Very serious question, but, you know, eventually we'll lighten up. We'll lighten the load, and we'll begin to make this very interactive. But I want to know, are modern relationships beyond repair? Are they beyond repair? And I'm talking about nuclear, patriarchal relationships, man, woman, and child. Now, the reason why I pose this question is because when I look at the direction that society is going, it seems that every time man and woman are beginning to congregate with one another and grow a closer understanding about each other, Satan always throw an agent out there. Satan always throw a wrench in the whole system. Satan always puts something out there, whether it be divestors, whether it be these quote unquote free agents, whether it be the manosphere, whether it be red pill content. I mean, it's like it's constant. It's a mechanism always put in place when very serious conversations are being brought to the table. And there's always something thrown out there to further divide us. And it seems like our people fall for it each and every time. And, I want to examine this for real. And it seems that it's not really getting better as a whole. Now, we know that men and women are always going to deal with each other. It's prophecy. It's prophecy that we will live on. Our seed won't die off. The world won't be extinct. Contrary to what they want to do on the Georgia Guidestones, lowering the population, they will be successful in lowering it. But man and woman will never stop procreating all together, no matter how much eugenesis, no matter how many programs they roll out, no matter how much depopulation that they pushed on the people. The righteous are always going to deal with each other. But it seems that it looks dismal. It looks dismal at this time. You can read the body language on people. You can look at the great divide, the great separation, the great distrust. And I believe that it's affecting a lot of brothers in a negative way, but I think it's more so affecting our sisters. I want y'all brothers to picture this. Now, I know that in modern society, a lot of women was mistaught into believing that they would have a fairy tale lifestyle where they would be in this monogamous relationship, have the white picket fence, have the family, and have a man that's solely dedicated to them and them alone. And that they would have this fairy tale ending. They was taught this in multiple movies. They was taught this by their parents in some instances. They were taught this since prom night, that they will be able to sail off into the sunset and live happily ever after with a man who is solely dedicated to him when nature just doesn't work that way. And they have to grow and they have to recognize that, okay, women do outnumber men. And you know what? The men of the Bible, righteous men, they had more than one wife. And I feel like a lot of women have held on to that great westernized dream so much that it has become a hindrance from them to actually find true love. And what's end up happening is they don't know where to turn to because nothing fits the narrative that they painted for themselves. So a lot of the times they turn in cold-hearted, they turn in callous, they begin to go against the grain. And therefore it's affecting men as well, because a lot of brothers, even good brothers, are looking around and they looking at the current climate out here in the dating pool. And a lot of brothers is like, wow, it's rough out here. A lot of brothers, when they get in with certain sisters, they got to deal with a lot of baggage. They got to clean up a lot of dirt that's been caused from past life experiences, from past relationships that a lot of these sisters got in. And there's a lot of wounds that need to be healed. On top of that, you got these wicked men out here who just out here whoremongering and being taught. We got a whole generation being taught by these content creators that they need to just hit it and quit it, avoid committed relationships, avoid having children, avoid any of that. And it's like a great, great divide. And, I also believe that, number one, let me get my sip here. Having me some red wine. Y'all go ahead and unwind with your brother here. And everybody thumb the video up. Thumb the video up. Farrah Dior says there's a lot of confusion out here. It certainly is. And listen, and it's damage on both sides. I'm just saying that the damage affects women a little more because they had this perspective that is being altered at this current time, and there's a lot of confusion going on. Let's not be one-sided. There's a lot of brothers out here who are damaged as well, and a lot of brothers can't really be honest with themselves, and a lot of the times they pointing the finger at all of these women out here And they're playing the blame game when in actuality, a lot of us brothers, we've been damaged. We've been hurt. We've been scorned. We've been through things. So at the same time, simultaneously, while the creator is showing us direction, we got to get right within a lot of the times. And I tell ladies all the time, when you're getting to know a guy, a lot of the times that brother, you may think that brother's ignoring you. You got some ladies out here, if they don't get a response from a brother immediately, they jump to the next guy. When they had interest in a man, they seen qualities in a man they wanted, but they're so facetious and capricious that they jump into the next person thinking that person was ignoring them, when in actuality, that person is just decompressing. Men have to do that in this day and age. They have to find balance. It is definitely essential, universal in love. Finding balance is essential. I believe that a lot of people right now are in the healing process, right? Yes. But, I personally know that these relationships aren't beyond repair, but Satan, the enemy, would like to make us think that with all the things they put in place. But it's nothing sadder than seeing a female who had potential just lose all hope because of past experiences or a bad experience. And it's also sad to see a lot of women not take responsibility for allowing those situations to take place. Because we said this once and we'll say it again. Women, you are in charge of who enters your vagina. You are in charge of who enters your vagina. And I think that accountability with a lot of our sisters need to be a step in the right direction. And, I just did a video. I just did this video, my last live stream. I want to read some of the comments out of it, because there's certain things that I got to show you ladies where you make mistakes at, when you're not really taking heed and you're not listening to what's being said. And you end up spinning yourself around in a weary web because you're not listening. You're having an issue with that. But I'm going to show you. Cody Charleston, thank you for the $10 contribution. I appreciate it, brother. Says New Breed, thank you for the messages. Keep doing your thing, my brother. Absolutely, will do. Appreciate the support. Now, I want to go to the comment section of my last video. Time from time over here on this channel, I actually do that. I go over to my previous stream and I check out some of the comments and I make it content. I'm doing this for two reasons. Number one, to show you the mentality of a lot of our sisters and why sometimes our wires get crossed in understanding. And secondly, I do it as a teaching method, right? Now, I won't name the people making these comments. I'll just kind of scroll down and read some of the comments. Denita Alexander, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you for the support. Highly appreciate you. Now, if you didn't catch my last live stream, the stream was called "A Lot of Modern Men Are Marked for Death." And in that video, I was talking about a lot of these guys out there who are seeking after prostitutes. They're seeking escort services. They're out here seeking the ladies of the night. They're living reckless. They're listening to these content creators, and they on this whole free agent movement. And I'm talking about how the strippers are becoming ladies of the night, because in the strip clubs, these clubs have no more capacity for strippers. There's so many people want to be strippers that a lot of famous dancers who are known on IG and all these things, they're making videos talking about how there's no space in the clubs for strippers. So a lot of women are going to sex work. Now it's gotten so bad in our community where there's so much sex work going on to the point where these women are just getting desperate and they're actually lining these men up. So the video, in context, was about wicked women lining up wicked men. I mean, in the video, I clearly talked about how these men lack discipline. I clearly talked about how the Most High God is going to use these ladies of the night to judge these men. I clearly drew a line in the sand, and I could not believe the comment section. Why is it? Yep, they'll be robbing men and so forth. Why is it that there's a mechanism in place where women who claim to be of truth and substance defend wicked women? I want to know. I want to know. What is it that when you're talking about a specific group of women, every woman finds it in necessity to say, not all women, not this women. Well, why are you talking about women? Women this. In a video in which I can talk about men. See, that cognitive dissonance right there, that lack of discernment, their personalization of every woman is a huge problem in our community. Why we can't get right. Because you know what? You ladies are supposed to be doing exactly what brothers in the truth are doing. And that's holding these women accountable for what they do. You never see men in my chat complaining about being held accountable for their actions. Right? Somebody said everyone lacks accountability. You're right to a degree, but from my observation, what I'm seeing, a lot of sisters, they like to divert. And I want to point this out. One sister goes on and says, this can go for both ways, New Breed. Women are actually targets out here as well. Now, in context, this video that she's referring to is about men being marked for death for living reckless, getting robbed and set up. She went out her way to say, New Breed, women are being targeted too. As if we don't know that there's women out here who get snatched off the streets all the time. And I'll actually speak about those women as well. We talk about the ladies that show themselves on IG, showing their bodies everywhere, being scantily clad, how the IP dresses are being traced, how a lot of women are getting snatched up right in front of their homes. Literally, I got a whole series about that on Patreon. But what is it that when we talk about the dirt and the evil that some of these Jezebels, harlots, honey traps are doing out here, why do you women find the need to divert that way? I just don't understand it. She says this can go both ways, New Breed. Women are actually targets out here as well. Everyone is in danger out here nowadays, which is true. But she shouldn't have had the need to voice that women are targets because I made it known out here. So unless this person is setting women up, don't come to the defense of these wicked women. Another sister goes on to say, I love your content and you speak so many facts.
Oh, really?
But I'm noticing that a lot of your videos are starting to attack women.
Oh, really?
I know a lot of wicked women in this world, but I also know a lot of wicked men.
Oh, really?
Wickedness has no gender. A lot of women are turning into what they are turning into because of centuries they had been R-word, abused, sold, and manipulated by men.
Oh, really?
You say a woman's purpose is a man's purpose, which is a fact.
Oh, really?
But you don't mention how women becoming over-sexualized and reducing their bodies to a piece of meat. It's heavily tied to the male agenda. Also, I am a God-fearing woman. And when I am talking to a guy, I like to put him in the friend zone first.
Oh, really?
No, because I'm talking to a lot of guys, not because I'm talking to a lot of guys, but because I think a solid foundation is built off friendship.
Oh, really?
Now, let's stop here because she wrote a few paragraphs. Now, it is true that men have a lot of wicked inventions, and that the reason why you turn on your television, you see the hypersexualization of modern society is because those are some of those wicked inventions. But without willing participants, it doesn't work. See, she did exactly what she wasn't supposed to do, which is play the blame game. In my video I wasn't blaming men or women. What I was talking about was men actually being accountable for their actions because of the dangers out here when you are living reckless as a quote unquote single man. That's what my video was about. If you're not one of those women who are setting men up, you really should not have typed me 6 paragraphs about how you're a righteous woman. This video wasn't about you. That right there, that shows why we have such a miscommunication, why we just can't get it together as people. It's like women of our generation, especially Americanized, westernized women, they hear what they want to hear. They hear exactly what they want to hear. They're not listening with logic. They're always putting their self in the equation. The saying goes that a hit dog hollers. If something ruffled your feathers, if something convicted you, take a moment before you get to typing. Think about what was said and ask yourself, does it actually apply to you? And if what was said in the video applies to you, then you correct that on your own terms. And if you're such a God-fearing woman, that's something you should bring to your husband because you should have a covering. You understand? Thank you for the $5 contribution. New Glip, I appreciate it, says women are social beings as a survival trait. If they are uncovered, they will automatically stick together in social groups at Jezebel Manifest. Interesting. And thanks for the contribution, New Glip. That's an interesting way of looking at it. So what you're saying, New Glip, is a lot of women out here are used to being socially in clusters pretty much. And automatically, because our women have been so separated and marginalized amongst each other, when they perceive you as attacking one, even if it's a wicked one, who set men up and get them robbed and killed and put in early graves, even if you're addressing one of those, it's only natural to defend what they perceive as a marginalized group of people. Very interesting. And see, we having this conversation because we're trying to get an understanding of I want to get an understanding of why do you ladies do that? Why do you do that? Why do you defend wickedness? Yeah, it's truly joyful. It is truly an echo chamber. It is truly an echo chamber. It really is. It's like this society has programmed you to defend any woman. And it comes through feminism. This is what feminism has trained our women to do. So she says, I love your content. You speak so many facts. They always start off with that.
Oh, really?
You speak so many facts, and then they go on into just going on where they disagree. Listen, ladies, let me just say this. If my content ruffles your feathers, do what you got to do to correct that situation, right? Yeah, somebody said it. It's definitely a cognitive dissonance. Child of the King, thank you for the $20 contribution. Super chat. Highly appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the support. Yes, Idea says a dishonest woman contemns shame, but an honest woman will reverence her man. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 26 and 24. Got to give him the dramatic sound on that. Yes, indeed. Y'all see I done up my y'all see I done up my stream deck, my sounds. And let me go to some more of these comments because it gets wild. Ladies, we got to start off, and we're going to build communication with each other and get to understand each other and repair the damage, breach the gap. You're going to have to stop saying men too every time women are getting addressed, unless actually there's no unless. You got to stop. I do videos about men and I do videos about women. And sometimes I do videos that go right down the middle. Like, you ladies got to stop that. We'll never get to an understanding if we continually just keep playing the blame game. Right? Let's stop that. All right, let's continue. Let's see. He says, new breed. Here we go. Bougie gal. She says, new breed. I agree with everything you said.
Oh, really?
Except men having multiple wives. The lady in the video you called out is right that in the Old Testament, the book of Isaiah is the Old Testament, not the New, as you stated. Please read 1 Corinthians. Otherwise, a great video. No, it's not. The book of Isaiah is prophetic. It's prophecy. Anytime you see, and in that day, you're looking at prophecy, which means it will be under the new covenant. See, the Bible really is no New Testament and Old Testament. That's a lie from the Christian church. No such thing as New Testament and Old Testament. All you have is Torah. All you have is the Bible. The scripture says, I come in a volume of the word. I only use old and new as an example of the talking point. But actuality, you have prophecy and then you have law. That's it. The whole entire Bible is relevant. Don't let the Christian separate Old Testament. Oh, that's Old Testament. So that means it doesn't stand. The law was never done away with, man. So let's just kill that lie, right? And listen, if you're against polygyny at this point, and you've been on my channel, you've been watching me, and you got to continue to come over here and tell me how you disagree with a choice, then just get out. I don't need you here. Just
you get off from here.
Just
I don't want you to get off from here. Just I don't drink. Get off from here.
I mean, please. I've been doing these videos for a while talking about poly. It's a choice. Why do you always seem to like slide over here to tell people how you don't agree with poly? I don't get it. Just please, just
you get off from here.
Just
I
leave.
don't want you to get off from here.
Just leave me, B.
I don't drink. Get off from here.
Just leave me alone, please. If you're happy in your monogamous relationship, why do you need to come to a channel that speaks on poly and talk about how you disagree? It makes absolutely no sense. See, we're just trying to get an understanding of each other. Just try to get an understanding. I tell you, man, my sense of humor is something different, bro. All right. Let's see. Whatever comments we get. Let's see. We got Wavy says polygamy is confusing. Now, you know, it's crazy how you can say one thing in a video and that's what the whole topic goes about. I'm not even going to address that no more. You know what? Matter of fact, we're just going to go ahead and glaze over these comments. There's plenty of women in their feelings, hearing what they want to hear. Somebody said, look at my comments, Evan. I don't know. I'm scrolling through, Evan. I don't see your comments on this video. Look, one brother named Sir Smizzo. I said I wasn't going to give names. My bad. There's a brother in here that says, damn, Bree, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to leave these joints alone. So let me get this right. I make a video about men not going out here dealing with the ladies of the night, the 304s, the fast ladies and all that. And the brother said, damn, Bree, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to slow down just a little bit. So you see the difference between how men react to some correction and some rebuke than women? Well, men do it too. Lady, you're not going to get anything changed in your life if you continue to just blame men for everything. It's just not going to work. Yeah. Michaela says you've done numerous videos about being poly. It's nothing new. Exactly. So do your research. Ladies out there, do your research on what I teach on this channel, right? I'm all about growth and development. I'm all about family. I'm all about living fruitful and multiplying. I'm all about generational wealth and things of that nature, right? I want to go to a source here because I want to talk about some of these damaged wounds that some of our sisters are carrying, right? I want to go to this source here. Is the damage repairable with a lot of our brothers and sisters? Is it over? And if it is repairable, the modern nuclear relationship and family, what are the steps that we should take to get this resolved? Woman talks about her toxic relationships and how she's done with men. Allow me to react.
Yeah. The moment we find out somebody likes us,
it's on.
We jump into predator mode.
Yes, exactly.
What you think about that statement, Nicole?
I don't know. I don't know if I want my opinion.
I want it.
Go
Let's
with
do
it.
it.
No, like
This is the nerve.
when you said that right now, I'm like, oh, she's so innocent. Like, girl, heartbreak comes, and when it comes hard.
When you say I'm so innocent, what do you mean?
I mean, like, you can still see the spark in your eyes. Like, one day I'm gonna love. Like,
Wow. So she's basically saying that looking at the other young lady, she still sees a spark in her eye. She still sees that woman has hope to one day find herself a significant other, a husband. She sees that look in her eyes, and she's in disbelief. She's shocked that even exists still. That would show you where we at with it.
I'm gonna love. I'm gonna be in love. It's gonna happen. I don't think I got that no more.
She said, I don't think I got that no more. Let me tell you, brothers, like this. Unfortunately, a lot of sisters have drew the same conclusion. They have drew the same conclusion. With how they're living their lives right now, and the bodies, the count. This is how they begin to see the world. This is how they begin to see their futures. They literally become hopeless. They lose their purpose. And they start to go into all manners of evil, falling into their own devices. And this is sadly honest, what this woman is saying. Because a lot of women think like this right now. Now, let's go on to hear what she has to say and why she said what she said.
So why?
Hold on. Oh, but my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I have that anymore.
You guys make me tear up. Why?
No,
what happened?
no, it's just and by far do I want a pity party. Please don't.
No.
But I mean, it's
true.
just abusive relationship after abusive relationship after fuck boy after fuck boy after fuck boy. Like it came to a point where the last breakup, I'm like, was I ever really in love or was I just lonely?
Now, how many sisters would hear that and say, oh, she been through F-boy after F-boy after F-boy, abuse after abuse after abuse after abuse. How many sisters would hear that and feel sorry for her? And inadvertently blame all those men. Not once did this woman say, you know, I've been in all these relationships because I was making bad decisions. I've been through all these situations because I didn't keep my legs closed and my eyes open. I didn't use discernment. I didn't pray. I didn't gain a relationship with my creator. I didn't pray and ask the Lord to send me a suitable husband. I didn't get right within. I didn't want to deal with men that had certain standards. I didn't make the changes that were required to attract a different type of man. It just goes into blaming. You see what happens when you blame people constantly. And this is what we have going on within our communities. This is why a lot of the damage can't be repaired. Unless the R word is happening to you ladies, you are at fault for allowing those individuals to enter your flower, to enter your secret garden. You did that. Not only do other women have to feel sorry for you, but righteous men who may look your direction can see the baggage on you, know the repairs that need to be made, have to work long and hard to get you there. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even going to be able to break through. Because based on how she's saying what she's saying, she means it. She means it. And it's because of all those soul ties. Let's continue.
And that kind of messed with my.
And all this brother had to say was, he should have said,
Oh, really?
That's what he should have said. And gave us some truth.
My mental, because I'm like, dang, was I ever in love with anybody I was ever with? Or was I just lonely? And that's crazy to think about.
When you say I was just lonely.
She said, was she ever in love with anybody? Or was she just lonely? Yeah, I stay focused. I will stay focused. Sometimes I throw, I'm getting a little sound bite crazy. But he should have said, oh, really? Seriously. Instead of just, broke it down to her. No, but in all sincerity, she goes on to say, is she just, lonely? Is that the reason why she's entertaining each guy she's entertaining? Is out of loneliness? I'm going to answer that question. The answer is yes. That's exactly what it is. Now, you got all of these women out here who claim to be strong, independent. They don't need no man. They don't need to get with nobody. But in actuality, you're lonely. That's why you entertaining certain men, because they are easily accessible. You're not waiting for the right man, because the right man you're going to have to work for. You're going to have to change. Out of loneliness, out of being spontaneous, out of boredom, a lot of the times, you ladies, instead of getting right with the Most High, you entertain these toxic men because they are easy to get. Righteous men are on a mission. Righteous men are going to require that you are at a certain standard, that you carrying yourself a certain way. A righteous man is going to require your respect. A righteous man is not going to be easily led by some vagina. And it's not going to be, it's going to take work to get with a husband. True Love, thank you so much for the $20 contribution. Says you are very insightful, King New Breed. Thank you for your consistency of bringing us excellent content. Love you always. Thank you so much, True Love. Highly appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Let's continue here.
Because I could promise you, any of those people did not love me. So dang, how could I love somebody who didn't love me?
You can do that. No, you can do that. You can do it. You can.
Right. And here's the thing. She more than likely didn't love him. It was more than likely cheap thrills. And that's what we have in this modern society. The chastity is gone on a lot of ladies. Yep. So Cody said it. The key word is boredom. Real talk. And we don't never look at that as desperation when it's coming from ladies, but it is desperation. Now, when a man is out here hunting and trying to get with women because he's lonely at night, we call him desert thirsty. We call him desperate. We call him all these things. But what about this sister who getting with man after man after man, getting her, quote unquote, getting her heart broke and left with regret, having to do the walk of shame to the point where after a night of heat and passion, she got to do that walk of shame and be in regret because she knows she done laid up with somebody that she wasn't supposed to be with. Why we don't call these women desperate? Why we don't say this woman is making the same mistake over and over and over just to be in the company of a man? That's desperate. We never say that. So when we use these double standards of men too, every time a man is addressing something with a woman, well, how about we use the double standards? If we men use those double standards like you women do, it'll be a lot of things we can say. We can go all day with that. We get nowhere like that. Because men are definitely held to a certain standard that women aren't held to. Some time ago, I had a sister that came on my show. It was such an interesting call. She came on and she said, she was like, Newbury, I used to be a hoe. A 304. She said, I was doing A, B, C, and D. I changed my life around. Like, it was actually refreshing to hear a sister come out 100 like that and just speak the truth. That was one of the dopest calls I had on here. And she's telling it to the young. She was like, look, young ladies, you're going to regret it. When you get older, you're going to feel this way and you're going to feel that way and wish that you would have slowed down, got your mind right, got right with the Lord, because I was out here doing this. Back in the day, they called it wolf packing. She was telling her little stories, and then she said, but you know what? I changed my life around for the better. I wish that lady can counsel a lot of these women so they can know what they out here doing. And John Son of Yah says, I remember that call. Yeah, real talk. It was a really good call. Let's continue.
You can do it. You can love somebody without loving yourself. People do that every day. That's why they become so selfless, and they give so much that they don't have nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of people who are in that position have somebody.
What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It ain't got nothing to do with no damn love. You were desperate. You were lonely. You wanted a boy toy. You wanted some excitement in your life. You probably got with a Pookie or Ray Ray because they had that thug swag and you thought there was going to be some drama and some fun involved. Had nothing to do with love. And you see, this is what A lot of women do. Yeah, you were giving him your all and you were loving him and he didn't love you back. She didn't love him. Listen, the Bible says what's awarded a wicked man is a wicked woman, and what's awarded to a wicked woman is a wicked man. The reason why you kept getting hurt is because you were wicked as hell. Brothers, the reason why we got in situations we got in with certain women, and we've been through the whole rigmarole of breakup and all of those things, and we got hurt and got our little hearts broken, is because we was wicked as hell, because we got with that wicked ass woman. Nobody wants to admit that. You are what you attract. If you got with a wicked woman, you're a wicked man. Ladies, so you don't have to say men too. I already said men. Ladies, if you get with wicked men after wicked men, you are wicked. You're wicked. You're wicked.
He's saying, hey, why aren't you taking care of yourself?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that person in their ear. They're like, I give. A lot of women say that.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad. But
you can give all you want, but if you're not giving to your husband, a righteous man, then you're wasting your time.
So hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like where we're going with this, but I want to take it a little bit deeper. There's some tissue in here.
No, we're not.
You know what I'm saying?
but
we didn't
when
read
you
the
said
here.
that sparkle,
I hope he keep it 100. Please, bro. Keep it 100. I don't know where you're going with this. I haven't watched this whole video. I like to react to a lot of videos organically. Keep it 100, bro.
I'm like, dang, I still.
Please keep it 100.
Hold on. Let me referee this. Let me quarterback this because I like where we're going. But here's my thing. When it comes to the women, just like you say, F boy after F boy after F boy.
Come on.
Now, when you got to that point, before you got to that point, I don't want to get in your personal life, but
no, yeah.
Is it like a daddy issue, a self-esteem issue? You don't know your value issue. You want some attention issue, like
he's bringing up some good points. You could tell this brother from Baltimore too. Yeah, he's bringing up some good points.
What do you think was the underlying issues that make you go from F boy to heartbreak to abuse?
Oh, it's not just one issue. It's all of that wrapped up. I mean, it just is. If it was just one issue, I probably would have learned.
So let me stop here for a second. So if she know that she had daddy issues, she had issues with craving attention, she had her insecurities and whatnot, why not be more proactive? Why not take a proactive approach instead of saying, I'm giving up on love, I'm giving up on having a husband, I'm giving up on all these things? Why not work on yourself and say, in the future, I'm going to be right for a righteous man because I'm going to get right myself. All these insecurities, all my past traumatic experiences, all those things. I want to become chaste and modest. I want to be a born-again virgin. I'm going to get right until that door of opportunity opens up. Why not be proactive? Why just blame all men and turn cold? Why put that type of energy in the world instead of just getting yourself right? I'm just saying.
A long time ago. But it's all that. So it's harder to maneuver through life when you have these lingering issues, obviously. So, and that's the other aspect of the topic of today. Like, why do women choose to finally pick a good guy at the end? Well, maybe by that time they worked through all their issues.
Right. And that takes years.
Well, you don't work through all your issues by keep on getting with different guys. That's not how you work out your issues. You work out your issues by getting right with your creator. See her, listen, this pattern of thinking, we will never come together. Like the gap will never be bridged. Like the way that these women think is just so warped and misconstrued. if they thinking that through experiences that they're going to find their way into marriage and happiness after they done bump their head against the wall and make mistake after mistake, thinking that a righteous man is going to come into your life at the end, this is why a lot of ladies ain't going to have husbands. And this is why we just can't continue that way. Cody, thank you, Cody, for the $10 contribution. Highly appreciated. It says hours turn to days, days turn to months, months turn to years. Let's pray. Breathe everything need. All praises. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate the support. Yep, somebody said it. She just needs time to heal. A lot of us need time to heal.
Yes. What issue was the first issue that you realized, oh my God, that's an issue? That you consciously realized it was an issue?
Codependency. I always wanted, and not even just a man all the time. I just always wanted somebody there with me.
Where do you think that stemmed from?
That's not a problem, though. Her having codependency, wanting a husband, that's actually natural. But I do think that she has father issues. And this is why it's important for fathers to be in the household. We don't know her whole situation. It could have been, she could have came from a divorced household. We just don't know her situation altogether. But all in all, let me just say this. Regardless of what situation you was born into, listen, we have the power and the strength to overcome all the obstacles in which we were born into. You got to go through what you got to go through so you can change and be a better version of yourself the next day. You know, you don't allow those things that took place in your past to dictate your present and future. You got the person who grew up in a household full of drug addicts, who grow up and become drug addicts. And then you got the person that grew up in a house full of drug addicts and grow up and open up facilities for people who are hooked on drugs to help them get off those drugs. So you see what I'm getting here? It's not about what you were born into. It's not about what you experience in life. It's about how you react to it. It's about how you react to it.
Was it growing up?
Oh my gosh, no. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No,
if you'd like to share.
No, it definitely came from my mom. She was a single parent, so she was either at work or school constantly.
Oh, so you was alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, not as a child. I stayed with my grandparents, but they were older, you know.
Well, she's still seeing the family dichotomy with her grandparents, but she had a single mother, so it is what it is.
Kind of do what you want.
You were the only child?
I was a baby, so they would take care of me. But then when you start growing up, you know, like just kind of wandering around the yard, you know, just chilling, playing outside.
Shardy Lewis, what do you mean not everybody has? Oh, I thought she said not everybody. My apologies, Shardy. Yeah, you're right. Everybody does have choices. Facts.
By yourself, I was the only child too, so I didn't have like no siblings, you know, to play with. So, you know, it just came from, I think, once again, being lonely even as a child, you know,
because you don't know yourself, so you're trying to
figure it out. And if nobody
experience yourself through other people.
Nobody's there to,
it's kind of like living a life without a mirror.
Yeah, well, so the outcome of that is she's done with men. Somebody said, yo, Breed, I want to chop it up with you about gang stalking. How can I reach you, brother? You can reach me Instagram, newbreed404. Who is this individual that keeps talking about Ramesses the Great? Like, literally, dude, you've been saying this the whole chat, bro. Like, you know what, bro? I hate to do this to you, man, but I got to block you.
You get off from here. I don't want you to get off from here.
I'm going to have to hide you.
I don't get off from here.
We're just not dealing with that, bro. You literally said Ramesses the Great the entire show. I'm looking like, what is he talking about? Danita, Danita Alexander, thank you for the $5 contribution. Highly appreciate you. It says, Shalom, New Breed. These women refuse to submit to the Most High Yah. Biblical scriptures, law, statutes, and commandments, they refuse righteous men. Absolutely. And you know what? Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. I wish I can, I got to add a round of applause to my sound deck. I'm going to do that real soon. And, I want to go to some scriptures too, because if we're going to talk about rebuilding the structure, I think a lot of people need to understand what the married household looks like. They need to understand what it's supposed to be, so we can aim for those standards. Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Listen, marriage is honorable. We got to get back to loving each other. The married bed is undefiled. We got to get out of that spirit of being religious and really, love on each other once again, man. It has to happen. Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. This is how it's supposed to have been. This is how the Lord intended it. Genesis 2:24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. See, all of that single life out here, dibbling and dabbling, doing God knows what with who. Most High didn't intend on that. He intended for us to be in a situation in which leave out of your mother and father's house, and you brothers go cleave to your wife. Y'all build a home together. Y'all actually building something together. Y'all grinding, you're elevating. You're making it to the next level. That's how it was intended to be, not these grown-ass baby boys who run in the streets, scouring the streets at night, looking for something hot, looking for the lady in red. They ain't how it's supposed to be. Yo, Ant's Wisdom, thank you for the $100 contribution, my brother. Highly appreciate the support. Thank you for that, family. I appreciate you, bro. I see Mark the Messenger in the building. All praises. What's going on, Mark? He said he likes these late night streams. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of these lately. I got to catch back up. Got to catch back up on this algorithm, man. I enjoying myself, though. Yeah, they looking for something hot and ready, like a Little Caesar's pizza out here. They ain't how it's supposed to be. Supposed to have that in-house, man. Colossians 3:18. And here we go. You ladies don't want to end up like that sister that was just on the screen who said she lost hope in love. She lost hope in having a man. She lost hope in happiness. You don't want to be like that. So you got to take heed to what these scriptures are actually saying. Stop rejecting the righteous and do what you're supposed to do as a woman. Colossians 3:18. Wives, submit. Uh-oh, he said the word. You know what? We need to make a motion picture just called Submit. Starring the women of America in Submit. Yeah. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord. Meaning, ladies, you can't be claiming that you married in the Lord. You married to Jesus. I'm going to wait for Jesus. No. Submit to your husband. Submit. Yeah, that would be a box office hit. Don't y'all think? I don't even know what category we would put that in. We would have to put that in like thriller. We have to make that a thriller. We would definitely have to make that a thriller, bro. Starring in Submit, the American Story. Hit the wrong button. Submit, the American Story. It's like when you say that word, I don't know what they hear. I don't know if they hear slavery. Like, I don't know what these women hear when they hear submit. I don't know if they hear slavery. I don't know if they hear bondage. I don't know if they hear captivity. Like, I don't know in their minds when that word comes out, submit to your husband. Well, I ain't submitting. Submit. What comes to mind when you ladies hear that? Doomsday? Roy Burrows, thank you so much for the $22 super chat. Highly appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the support. But like literally, you know, that's the mindset you got to have. You got to be willing to be submissive. Meaning, whatever that man desires in reason, submit goes a long way. Like, if that man needs space, submit to his needs. If that man needs some loving, submit to his needs. If that man needs compassion, submit to those needs. If that man needs you to do something within reason that's going to further benefit you and your family, in reason, do what is told of you. Do what is told, like you would do from the Lord. If Jesus Christ came down right now and told you to bow down, honor, and submit, you ladies, I hope you wouldn't have a problem with doing that. A lot of you ladies don't have a problem submitting to people at your workplace because they have a position of power at that job. Well, biblically and spiritually, your husband that you so desire has a position of power. See, righteous men not going to play the Dwayne Wade games. Dwayne Wade talking about he don't believe that in leading his wife. Look how Dwayne Wade's son ended up. That's what happened when you don't. That's what happens when you living in a household where a man don't believe he should lead his household. Submit to the righteous man. You know, that should go without saying, because that's all you should be wanting to be with is the righteous man. Because you have ladies say things like, I've heard ladies say this in my chat as well. They'll say things like, well, I'm not submitting to just any man. I'm not submitting to these guys because they're not worth submitting to. So let me get this right. You submitted when you laid down in that bed with him. You ain't have no problem submitting in that bedroom. But they not worth submitting to do what needs to be done. So let me get this right. You can be submissive to the man who ain't right by giving your body to that individual, but you can't be submissive to a righteous man. Is that where we at with it? You see how selective that is? Whoops, did I just strike a nerve here? Samuel, thank you for the $2 contribution. Highly appreciate you. Thanks for supporting this work. Joyful JB said, oops. See, we striking nerves. All right, let's continue. Look, because these scriptures going to help a lot of you ladies out if you're taking heed. Colossians 3:19. Husbands, love your wives as be not bitter against them. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them. Oh, we talking about bridging the gap. Listen, in this modern society, it is known that social media, the feminist movement, television, Hollywood, they done a great number on our ladies. We got to be patient with our sisters. We seriously got to be patient with our sisters. We can't be bitter. The Bible tells us, brothers, to respect our ladies as the weaker vessel. Expect that she will have emotions. Respect those emotions, but put them in place. Don't grow bitter. It takes a lot of strength to be a leader now. And you know what? Leaders also listen to those that they lead. Sometimes you got to listen to your lady. She has wisdom too, right? But don't be bitter towards her, right? Love your wives, brothers. Love your wives like you love yourself. Matter of fact, Ephesians 5:25, husband, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Now, what does that mean? That don't mean that you're going to give your wife everything she want and desire. No, that's not love. Loving your woman like you love the church, meaning if somebody was to break in your home, you're going to slide your wife out of the back door and you're going to take bullets for her. You're going to give your life for your wife. That's love. She feels that. She feels that safety. That if somebody come up in here, I'm protected. If I go out and about, I'm protected. That's loving your wife like Christ loved the church, not just giving a woman anything she wants. Her knowing that you would give your life for her, because that's what men do. That's what men do. If your house is burning down, a man is going to run up in that house, get her on up out of there, even if it costs him his life, because he would not be able to live with himself knowing that he let his wife burn down in that house. This is the mentality that we got to take in to bridge the gap, because we at war. We at war with people who would not like to see us procreate. We at war with people who would not like to see us come together righteously. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10. And unto the married I command, yet not, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. Don't depart from your husband, ladies. Don't be like that woman who is searching for something on the outside, thinking that the grass is green on the outside because you're looking for some type of excitement. Learn how to communicate with your man to get the excitement that you desire. Communication is key. Communication builds a nation. Rick Ward, thank you for the $20 contribution. Absolutely no strong profanity. Where is this? Is there some strong profanity in the chat? Somebody said no strong profanity. That will get you blocked in a heartbeat. That will get you blocked swiftly. And thanks, Geraldo, for sharing the scriptures. Appreciate it. Man, this wine is good. Sipping on red wine. Yeah. And let's continue. Watch this one. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection. Oh, there go another one of those words. Be in subjection to your own husbands. That if any obey. Oh man, we hitting them. The word of God is hitting them, right? Subjection, obey. Not the word, that they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. So, ladies, you are to be in subjection of your husband. Now, what's subjection mean? What's subjection mean? Subjection would be, yeah, that's it. Champs V. Zion says this a sequel to submit. Yes. Now, in order to put something under subjection, you would have to study it. Meaning, right? When you go to school, you have subjects in classes, right? Different subjects. You have to study those subjects. When the teacher gives out an assignment, you don't just argue with the teacher. You don't just, well, the subject is what? Well, how do I do this? What's the answer to that? Now, you don't ask all the questions to get all the answers immediately. Subjects you have to study, correct? So that means instead of you responding immediately, you have to study for a test, correct? You have to study for the test. So when you're given a subject, you have to listen. So if somebody makes a video, let me use this as an example. You don't need to say men too. Study what was said on that subject. Subjection. Active listening. That's what subjection is. Actively listening. Internalizing what was said. Sometimes you ladies got to sleep on what was said before you react. Also says obey. We know what obey is. But it says, ladies, if your man is not in the truth, win him over through chaste, modest conversation. Meaning you win this man over by not being overbearing, not trying to browbeat the brother, being in your femininity. So that brother can look at you and say, my wife is knowledgeable. And not only is she knowledgeable, not only is she in that biblical truth, but she's showing it. She's living it. She's an example of a godly woman. She's humble. She's submissive. That's how you win a man over, ladies. Danita Alexander, thank you once again, sister, for the $5 contribution. Says, righteous men submit to the Most High Yah. Righteous women submit to a righteous man. Absolutely. That's 100 right there. And that's facts. That is facts. We as God-fearing men, we must submit to the Most High. We must submit to our Creator the same way our women are supposed to submit to us. And if we're not submitting to the Creator, brothers, let me put it out here. If you're not putting the Most High first in your life, your household is going to be hectic and chaotic. Your disobedience to the Most High is going to cause disobedience in your household. Your unwillingness to listen to the voice of the Creator is going to create unwillingness to listen to your voice in your household. That goes from your wife and your kids. When you serving your Creator and you doing what's told of you, your whole household falls in line. It all works itself out. Not saying everything will be perfect. There'll always be trials and tribulations as long as Satan is trying to divide our households and families. But you can bet your bottom damn dollar when them devils and them enemies and demons enter, coming from the outside world trying to enter your home, better believe you'll be able to witness it as a man of Yah, and you'll be able to cast it out of your home before it weighs toll on your family. What? That patriarch doctrine is dead. Mine's the head.
You get off from here. I don't want you to get off from here. Listen, man. I don't get off from here.
He said that patriarch is dead. Mine's the leader. What the hell? What are these people like? What? What are you? What?
You get off from here. I don't want you to get off from here. Listen, man. I don't get off from here.
That's my new way of blocking people. Yeah, I mean, like, don't come in here just talking crazy. I will block you. I will block you in a heartbeat. Yeah, so I said, damn, a brother said that? Hey, Thriller, I don't think that was a brother. Some of these sisters be tweaking. They'll go change their profile picture just because they know what time it is over here. If there was a brother or a sister, they out. They gone now. They out of here. Yeah, we're not playing, man. The people gonna be getting blocked left and right. Like, I'm going to make comic relief out of all my trolls on my channel. They're gonna know, in the next 2 weeks, they're gonna know, like, that's the wrong channel to troll because he's just gonna block you. It's gonna be the wrong channel to troll. I'm gonna use you as content. So do what you do, but you won't make it long. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 32. But I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried it says, careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. And this goes for you brothers who haven't found a wife. Focus on things that please the Most High. Because when you get a wife, you got to understand that you have a great responsibility on your hands. And I think a lot of the problems with our brothers within our community is they just don't prioritize. You got a lot of brothers who want the warmth of a woman. Now, understanding, bro, Paul told us it's good that you just focus on the things of the Lord until the Lord puts that woman in your life. Like, that's one thing I think a lot of brothers got wrong. A lot of sisters do it too, but with brothers, since we have so much that we have to bring to the table, we have to be providers. We have to be at a certain level. We must prioritize. We must have our affairs in order. We must have things set the right way. Because I'm going to tell you, brothers, right now, there ain't no love for you, brothers. There ain't no love. Nobody loves you, men. You hear me? Nobody loves you. Your love is contingent. Matter of fact, we ain't even going to call it love. The care that you get from family is contingent on what you can provide. I'm just being honest with you, brother. There's no love for you, brothers. Women, listen, the care that you get from your children, your family, your wife, and what have you is contingent on what you can bring to the table as a man. It is what it is. What kind of loving is you bringing that woman? What kind of money is you bringing in the home? Are you feeding the children? What kind of leadership? What type of direction? All of that emotionalism. Oh, I just want to be a hopeless romantic. I just want some love, love, love. Brothers, like rewire your brains. Because ain't no woman running her ass in no burning building for you. Like, rewire your brain. Like, stop that. Stop all that. The way we love and the way they love is different. And there's nothing wrong with that because God designed it that way. He designed it that way. New Glip. Thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, I did not know how to lead myself or a woman until I forgave my mother for emasculating me as a boy. Single mother household. That's real talk, brother. You see, that takes a man to admit that. It takes a real man of Yah to say, you know what? I had a lot of issues. And I can imagine that going through that, what you went through as a child, you probably was taking it out on any woman because that can be very damaging to a young man. But you knew that you had to get right with Yah. You knew you had to get yourself together before you got into a relationship, and you rectified that situation and corrected it and got right within. You didn't let that create a womanizer out of you. Yeah, that's real transparency right there. Somebody said New Breed pulling the all-nighter. Yeah, like I said, man, I'm usually out on Saturday night. I'm in them streets. I'm in them streets on Saturday night. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. But I stayed in the night because I needed to decompress. I'm usually out here having fun, living my life. But since I wanted to stay in the house tonight, I said, no, I'm gonna go talk to my people. Somebody said, what does brother and I commend you for studying and showing yourself approved? Oh, okay. I think I got you. Thank you for the commendment, my brother. Somebody said, where you be at? I be in them streets. No, I'm just playing. I like to do karaoke's and I like to go bowling, and sometimes I just like to go out and walk downtown. Yeah. Somebody said, Bree be out there ministering. No, I be out there chilling. I minister all week, even the Sabbath. Then when the Saturday evening hit after the Sabbath, I like to go have a good time, link up with some friends and, just go out, have a good time, unwind. And that's important. What is it going to take for us to actually recover what we've been through as people. I'm going to give y'all a couple more scripts. I got some more for y'all. Because we in a healing process right now. And I think a lot of ladies need to be able to digest this so they don't end up like that lady that I just showed y'all, who all bitter, who don't think she'll ever find love again. It's time to be proactive, right? Let's see. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. See, relationships, we need to rewire ourselves. Relationships are about doing God's purpose, the Father's will. Stop being selfish brothers. Stop being selfish sisters. It's not all about me. And it's not all about you. It's not about what you want. It's not about what I want. It's about what God wants. All relationships are about doing his purpose. When we come together, are we building for the kingdom of the Lord? Does our union produce fruits? Does our union produce fruits? Was it ordained? Is it purposeful? Is it making sure that we are going steps in the right direction towards serving our Creator? That's what marriage is about. It's not about your selfish wants. It's not about my selfish wants. It's about the will of the Father. I can't believe this. What do you mean? Like, what's going on here?
You get off from here. I don't want you to get off from here. Listen, I don't think get off from here.
Another one bites the dust. I'm just blocking them left and right. This is a good thing. It's like, don't you know you will be blocked forever? Once you block, like, you may have a night of goofing off tonight, right? Being a damn goofy. And then you'll wake up and say, damn, like, I could never comment on this brother's channel. I got to go make a whole nother channel just to comment. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get blocked again. Somebody said, Bree, what's a good wine to drink? I like this. Soft red blend. It's California wine. Like anything from California, BJ, I like on point. It's very velvety. Actually, that's what it says. It says velvety on it. Velvety and smooth. That is exactly what this wine is. It's velvety and smooth. Jay Sun says, I just want to understand what women want. Women want leadership. And you know what, Jay, and I'm not being facetious when I say this, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. And another one bites the dust. It's like, I'm just getting them on up out of here. To be honest with you, a lot of them don't know what they want. See, it's your job as a man to show them what they need. Some ladies, they want everything, and that's the damn problem. Women want a real man, and a lot of the times you got to show a woman what she need. Forget what she want. First of all, take that whole idea of I just want to know what women want. The hell with what they want. You should be the one to show women what they need. Yep. Somebody said, let me see. Yeah, there's some pretty good wine. I like it. And it's everything in moderation. I don't get drunk off wine. I could drink this whole bottle and be good. It ain't like it's some Hennessy or something. Miss Wit 205 says, I never feel security for real. That's not good. It's not good at all. Courtney says she loves authority and leadership with a little umph in their voice. Who knows what's up? See, look in the chat, bro. These ladies are telling you exactly what they want. Somebody said, women are wanting itself manifesting in the flesh. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Somebody said, let me see. See, I want to see what these women are going to say. See, this is how we get to understand each other. Kalani says, I just want a man that follows the Most High. The rest can come later. It's so hard to find that, though. Somebody said new breed hair. I'm actually going to grow my hair back. I'm in the process of growing it back now. Y'all know I shaved it bald, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I'm going to go with locks again, but I'm definitely going to grow a fro. And if I do locks again, I'm going to get them a lot smaller. But honestly, I might just grow some hair back. Somebody said we need Joyful JB says we need leadership, security, support, and protection. See? Real talk. Yeah, somebody said locks breed, grow them antennas. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the locks. I'm just gonna grow some hair. I may do them. It just depends. I had to cut my locks last time because that was my first time growing locks. That was my first time growing locks, and they needed to be cut. The way that I grew them, and the just the way I got them done, and all of the gel and all of the, like, just the way I did it, I would not do it like that again. If I was to grow locks, I would do it a different way. So far, my hair is actually growing back pretty good. I've been putting, after you shave your hair bald, you got to treat it a little bit, and it's coming back around. It's coming back around. But, yeah, I'm just going to do it different this time if I do it. If I do locks, I'll do it different. If not, I'll do something else. Yeah, like Josiah, I'm really considering freeforming. Take like growing it and taking the daggone sponge and doing it with the sponge. I think that's actually like the better way of doing it. You know how you take it with the coils and things like that. Somebody said hairline jokes, new breed, those hairline jokes were me the whole time, left hand, right hand. It don't matter, bro. I had a big forehead since I was a child. And my kids got big foreheads. I don't care about that. But even at my age now, I can grow a forehead of locks. Trust and believe that. But I just have a big forehead. I always had a big forehead. It is what it is. My imperfections make me who I am. Somebody said having locks give you spiritual power. Yeah, I've had locks for some time, but Courtney said, I'm short with a big ass head. I'm sure your head ain't that big. Yeah, you gotta, I mean, like, you know, that's what everybody want to be perfect. Like this social media, you listen, like somebody gonna like you. I want that to be a message for you brothers too. Stop getting so hung up on looks. You ladies, stop getting so hung up on looks like that. Listen, after years of getting with somebody, being with somebody rather, looks fade. And that's another thing, like as people, if we're gonna come together as people, we legit gotta stop being so damn vain. Like for real. We legit gotta stop being so vain. 100 on that. Yeah, Sade Lewis says, I always used to wear bangs to cover my forehead. I noticed you keep them caps. Yeah, I got a big forehead. I take my cap off in pictures, like on my Instagram and all that. But listen, I don't need y'all to be distracted while, while I'm going live and I got a bright light shining on this big forehead because I'm sitting in front of some Elgato lights. I get to sweating. I'm streaming, and all y'all seeing is this 5 head the whole time I'm streaming. All these reflections going off of it. It's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? For streaming purposes. That's all. I mean, I'm really not in person. I really don't care. People who see me on a daily basis, you know, who are around me, it's not an issue. It's just for streaming purposes. Like my kids, I should. If my kids was awake right now, I'll bring them in. Their foreheads look like mine. Literally, my kids' foreheads are just like, man, my dad passed it down. He had a big head, big forehead. Let's see. SLG says, it's simple. Ladies must see another lady giving her husband to a man before the other woman sees it. Wait, what? Let me take my time and read this before I start hitting buttons. It's simple. Ladies must see another lady giving her respect to him. Oh, okay. I got you, bro. Before the other woman sees it and starts to want him too. Wow. I think you wanted something. But that's a good trend right there. That's a good trend right there. We need ladies to see one sister treating a man upstanding and want to mimic that. Not necessarily with that man, but get the keys to the game. Ask the sister, how'd you land this guy? Because they see that sister being upstanding. But you're right. Women do that. They be competitive. They see a woman treating a man a certain way and they say, okay, well, if she treating him like that, I'm going to treat him good too. That's true. I mean, that's kind of natural though. Somebody said women are social and need a community. Israel, leadership, protection, blah, blah, blah. You mean a kingdom and military enforcing. Wait, hold up. What Evan talking about here? Women are social and need a community. Israel, leadership, protection, blah, blah, blah. You mean a kingdom and military enforcing women to obey. I'm going to spare you, Evan. I don't really know what you're saying. I'm getting to the point, like, if I don't know what you're talking about, I'm going to block you. I'm warning you right now. If you make a comment and I'm like, what? I might block you. I don't want y'all to be scared to comment in my section, but if it's just kind of out there, you might get blocked. I'm just saying. If I don't know what you're talking about, you might get blocked. Unless I see your name around a lot and I know you be over here. And I know you ain't mean nothing about it. Someone said, do you normally stream this time? It's 7 a.m. in UK. No. I'm normally out and about on Saturday night. I never stream at this time. Ever. I've done it a couple times, but it's been videos that went on Patreon. I'm hoping this one can stay up on YouTube. Somebody said they've been drinking that Hennessy. Dang. I can't even mess. Well, yeah, I can mess with the Hennessy time for time. But you know, man, Spiritual Socrates got his wine too. But you know, we just gotta do better as people when it comes to relationships, man. And you know what else? Like, not just like intimate relationships, but we got to learn how to like forgive one another. We got to stop all the madness. We got to stop the jealousy and the envy in our community. Like, a lot of individuals got to clean up their act out here and get right. Like, stop playing the games that they playing. Somebody said they out here drinking quarantine. That don't sound safe at all. But you know what it is? It is what it is. I love each and every one of y'all, man. It's been a blessing to build with y'all off the late night. I'm going to go ahead and give me some rest, some sustenance, and ease back. Hopefully y'all had a good time in this stream. We went in for an hour and a half. If y'all enjoy these late night broadcasts, man, hit this joint with a thumbs up. If you enjoyed yourself, share these videos. It's been a blessing. Support me at patreon.com. Support me at newbreed.love. Get yourself a love note if you haven't got one. Follow me on Instagram. The support is greatly needed. Pretty soon I'll be streaming live on IG as well. So it is what it is. Y'all have a peaceful night. Y'all sleep tight. Shalom. Peace.